You can look, but you can't touch. You can look, but you can't touch.
Yo, 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 what's poppin', all my peeps? Hold on. Oh, this is so awkward. There it is. Yo, 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 what's poppin', all my peeps? It is I, your host, the most Renaissance man who always thinks he can, and champion of the peeps, coming to you from a little bit of a different format as I sneeze, blow my nose, and sit in my recliner. I am not at the desk behind me tonight. I am in my recliner. I got NXT on one television, and I got the NWF queued up on the Alpha TV. And on this screen right here, it's going to be me, Patty P, talking to you about what went down last night on Monday Night Raw, live from Boston. I feel like, hold on. There we go. There it is. That's what I was missing. Monday Night Raw went down last night in Boston. John Cena's final appearance in Boston. I had to be there. And I'll break it all down for you on the show. And as you can see already, it's single screen. No Sara. Yeah, there's no Sara tonight. It's just me. It's just me, Patty P. Sara is recovering from surgery. We wish her the best in her recovery from surgery. And yeah, she'll be back next week. So for the week, you got me. And I figured we do a lot of the same shit on the show. And it's all, just me sitting there breaking it down. So I thought, why not do something different with some watch-alongs? All right? We're going to have a Raw Rewind. We're going to talk about what happened last night on Raw, because I got to get that off my chest. I got to get it out. All right? And it's talking to you, the peeps. Getting it out is how we're going to do it. So we're going to do it that way, while also catching up on our wrestling. NXT is up tonight, kicking off with Tatum Paxley and the Culling in the ring. And I promise you the NWF, because god damn it, I love universe mode. And yeah, we got the NWF going on, which is Sara and I's fake or faux wrestling companies, whatever. So, in the meantime, enough of the royal rambling. Do we have anyone in the comments? Not yet. Oh, we do. That's awesome. All right, what's up, Sophia? Hope you had a great time. I did have a great time. Where's that popcorn? I got my popcorn here, which you all should have your popcorn too. We had a great time. It was unbelievable. Being in that arena, I have videos that I'll be posting online. And the house show will be posting as well. But they're awesome. Like, it was 20,000 people filled to the arena, sold out for this. Like, loud as hell when he came out. It was unbelievable. So sorry to hear about your muscle as well. Hey Pat, how do you feel about Cena winning yesterday? I'll get to the feeling when I talk about the whole thing, but I will answer your question about how long do I think he holds it on for. Max till the tournament, if you want to have the winner be the Intercontinental Champion. Sheamus is in the tournament. Sheamus is someone who has never won the Intercontinental Championship before. That's something. What else? Who else? I mean, no, Rusev doesn't need the Intercontinental Championship. You could do it in another way. Dirty Dom could challenge him in his hometown. So, Survivor Series, or if Gunther ends up being the guy in that. But other than that, not really. Ooh. I don't think your Seahawks gonna win it all, man. Or home. Yeah, right there. Pat's looking pretty good. I don't want to jinx anything, but like the Pats are looking really freaking good. So, I thought of a banner. Oh, I just thought of a banner here. All right. Yep. All right. Good. Let's start with what everyone's talking about. John Cena, man, Grand Slam champion. Starts out the show defeating Dirty Dom to become Intercontinental Champion, making him a Grand Slam champion. You couldn't have started the show off any better. Obviously, Triple H had to come in and take the spotlight just a little bit, but he did need to give him the introduction that he did. That's what makes Triple H so good at being a bit of a face in his role. Gives Cena the great introduction, comes down, he's hyping up the crowd, talking to us, how he loves competing and being in Boston every time he comes here. And then Dirty Dom's music comes on, absolutely electric. Cena hits him with the fine speech, incredible. Once he said fine speech and called himself invincible, it was game set match. I knew John Cena was gonna win it. I did. Those were strong words. So, with that being said, they put on an absolute banger of a match. The chemistry that they had for was really good. Like, Dom is a pro. Dom is a pro in the ring already. It's incredible. So, match was really good. Loved it. But yeah. Um, what else? Oh, look at that. Chelsea Green's on my screen. Um, what do we got here? Fresh Fly. Who should be John Cena's final opponent? It's a great question. And I think I'm going to do this in. Alright, no, fuck it. Who you want as my opponent? I think it should be Gunther. If you want to do Cena's last opponent as someone who wants to make a name for themselves and this ruthless aggression theme, Gunther is the guy. However, when they announced Javon Evans in the tournament, unfortunately, he's going to be facing Gunther. So I don't know if he's going to get past the ring general. But when you have a guy like that's someone I think should face John Cena in his final match. And everyone that is in the tournament so far, maybe LA Knight. I mean, that's something that I'd like to bring up. LA Knight's time got LA Knight got cut off last night. I don't know if anyone caught on that, but they cut off LA Knight's time. It was weird. The entire arena started to boo like crazy. Started to boo like crazy. But Gunther, um, the emotion from the fan. If you want my fan opinion on who I think John Cena's final opponent should be, it should be Joe Hendry. I really think it should be Joe Hendry. Yeah, yeah, you. Yeah, I know you. He he. It's a match that everyone wants to see, and I like it for the story of Joe Hendry idolizing Cena and then Cena having a talk with him, something that you will make it just keep going. They have a story back then. It's nice. Yeah. Yeah, right. It'll be a good one. It'll be a good one. Um, I had banners, but here's the thing. I just want to do this. We're just gonna watch NXT together, all right? And I'm just gonna rattle off about what I remember from Raw, and you can ask me, all right? Like, cause I just want to rattle off Raw because I've had so many feelings about it. And if you don't ask me a question, you can't guide me. I'm gonna do one of these. Oh, hold on. Let me. I spelled. And for anyone, let me go on. Streaming NWF2 Wrestle Central over here. SmackDown this time. All right, we're going live now. Let's ride. All right. Wait, where'd it go? I'm not click it up. What up, Aaron? It's been a great Veterans Day. Thank you for asking. Sara is recovering. So I'm just having a little bit of a wrestle triangle over here. We go over at twitch.tv/Nonsense Sports Network. SmackDown, Nonsense Wrestling Federation. NXT's on, that's what I'm watching here and we'll be commentating on while I Royal Ramble about what happened last night on Raw. And yeah, you guys here on the screen. So, yeah, so let's start off some NWF on the Alpha TV. We got our water here. We got our popcorn ready. Not fighting yet. I don't know if Senor Chevrolet is fighting tonight, so we'll see. Don't want Cena's final opponent as Gunther the Garbage General. Why not a Gunther guy? Ooh, Trick Williams. I like that one. That's a good pick. Why Trick Williams? Yes, I'm excited for Full Gear Nathaniel. Trick Williams is a good option. I would much rather see Trick Williams get promoted to SmackDown and team up with Mello and then be part of the tag division. You know? Like, do that. Or have them just recreate what they did in NXT but with the US title. You could do that, but the tag division seems more plausible. Or they could both go after the WWE at some point, but like build to it, you know? Wait, why is Liv Morgan walking away from Timeless Tony Storm? Coward. Coward. Um, I don't think Mel will hold Trick back. I don't really think so. But anyways. Yeah. What do we think of the men's war game match? We got announced last night. I got it right here. Where is it? Nope. Ooh. If we're watching NXT, Jasper Taylor's got a pretty cool effect of his entrance where the camera like shakes. It's really cool. Um, all right, we'll get no, we'll talk about that after. All right, so I got something stuck. All right, so far in War Games we have CM Punk, Jey Uso, and Cody Rhodes. On the other side, we have the Bronsons and Logan Paul. And it was made official per William Regal that it is War Games. The War Games is 5 people. Both sides are missing 2 people. Who do we see getting added? A lot of people speculate in Roman. And I don't know how I feel about that. I just don't. Mainly from what Sara said, or picking up on us, her saying, but picking up on that. He said that he didn't want to see the Usos until after Christmas. And to me, we're just blending allegiances, which kind of goes back to the old school days of WWE, the 2000s. I mean, it's just there's too many stars right now. But anyways, you can see Drew McIntyre going on the other side. That's how he gets his revenge. Maybe he's suspended until Survivor Series. Because he was suspended on SmackDown the other night. Trying to think of other people. I just can't there's too much going on that it just wouldn't make sense. And as much as people critique Triple H on his booking, things do have a quasi purpose. You know what I mean? So, all right, we got Fresh Flies. Thoughts? Cody, Punk, Uso, Roman, LA Knight, Brock, Logan, Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed. Brock Lesnar in a War Games match would be insanity. Could you imagine Brock Lesnar in a match where you can use anything? Like this version of Brock Lesnar in an extreme match like War Games. Brock, he's gonna throw around people like they are rag dolls, like Raggedy Ann dolls. Y'all even know what a Raggedy Ann doll is? Look it up. Those things are flimsy. So, yeah, yeah. That's like that. Would I want seeing it in War Games? No, I don't. I really don't. It's just that feels forced and it feels very video game story mode to me. And while there are certain things from those video game stories you would like to see reality take from, this isn't one of them. John Cena is a real person. We don't need him being beat up in a War Games match and have his Hollywood career get fucked up because of it. Even an Extreme Rules match would be much safer because you can work it a very safe style. Like, look at Steve Austin and KO. Stone Cold Steve Austin was forced to retire in 2003 and then was able to come back and put on a Falls Count Anywhere match with Stone Cold. And it did not look like it was, like, it did not look bad. It did not look like it was two old men fighting over a turkey sandwich. It looked so. There are ways about it, but war games, there's so many risks that go in it when you're in an enclosed space like a cage and throw weapons in the middle of that. There's too much risk there that I don't want to see John Cena in it at all. Um, like Roman could. I don't. I just don't think we need Roman right now. Like I want to see Roman after the Rumble. Roman has earned the right to be a WrestleMania only guy right now. And with WrestleMania going over to Saudi Arabia, they're gonna need him at his healthiest and at its peak. Because I legitimately think we could be getting Rock Roman in Saudi Arabia. And it's not because holy shit, that's a rematch. And it's not because I wanted to or I have this elaborate booking, fantasy booking that I came up with. It's more about it's now or never. Like, is this if there is ever going to be a time to make this match happen, time and place, it's Saudi Arabia. So if it doesn't happen, I don't want to ever hear about it again. Now, enough of that rant. Meanwhile, over at the Nonsense Wrestling Federation, The Undertaker in China are taking on Jada Parker, Miss Parker, and Josh Briggs. That's what's gonna go. That's what's going on there. Also, NXT, Jasper Troy just pinned El Grande Americano for the WWE Speed title. We got a new champion. Crazy. That's crazy. I think that's the first dude to pin El Grande Americano in a while. Someone should fact check me on that. Joe Hendry is not on my screen. I kind of love the fact that Joe Hendry is just like a State Farm agent. Like a good neighbor. State Farm is there. And Joe Hendry's kind of like that. All right, I need to bring that up to KB on the house show tomorrow. That's fucking hilarious. All right. Popcorn is the best snack to have while watching something. Seriously. Really is. Anyway, I guess another one. CM Punk Stone Cold could happen. But, like, put it this way. Stone Cold turns, well, then, never mind. For all the money in the world, they could make that happen. Like, in my view, if you're gonna do those matches, I only want to see one of them. You know, I don't want to see a full card full of these types of matches. You know, we got those types of matches years ago when the old guy was in charge. I don't need to see it now. Yeah, this was crazy. I do want to mention this because I had a feeling something was going down once Nikki Bella accompanied Stephanie Vaquer into the building, not just to the ring. And then she appears out of nowhere and does the like, you can look, but you can't touch. And then after the match, accosts her with the WWE Women's World title, whatever. I knew something was up. If you follow me on Insta, Patty Pitts, by the way, I tweeted a story and I called her out and said that she's been. Oh, I almost got that. I tweeted a story of her saying she was acting sus at ringside. What happened? What happened, Nikki? You were being sus at ringside. And then you hit Stephanie with the belt after the match. Fantastic match. Stephanie hits a spinal tap pins Raquel Rodriguez to retain. And then gets blasted with the world title. Like, what is that? What's up with that? What else? That's all I gotta say about that. This was a banger of a match. This ruled. Nakamura's entrance will always rule. Sheamus's best intro music was Too Many Limes. He does still put on too many bangers because this one ruled. I think he hit him with that knee to win. I did wish we saw King Shaza. I love when that knee comes out of nowhere. Such a good move. So that match was good. Not gonna lie. I'm gonna shoot you real straight. Missed this match completely. Alright. As I said, by being there. I missed it completely. I was getting my John Cena last time is now shirt. I was in line. I got one for Sara, myself, and Chef. So I missed it. I also missed the beginning of CM Punk coming out. But if there was one match to miss last night, I'm happy I missed this one. And it's not because I don't like either of these guys. Like, both those guys rule. But it just doesn't matter who wins this match for the grand scheme of things to me. Like, I don't think any of those guys are going to face John Cena in their final match. So it's a moot point. I was in line to get my shirt. If I waited any longer, I probably wouldn't have got one because I only could get double XL and then a medium for Sara. They had no large or extra larges left. And the double XL is fucking massive. It's really big. I'm going to have to really shrink it in the wash or something. It's just tough, but anyway. Sol Ruka's on NXT right now. If anyone cares. Kabuki Warriors won. They are the new women's tag team champions. Champions. Crazy win, too. And it was all because of Nia Jax, and Lash Legend, who I thought were beefing, but whatever. Go off, Queen. So, that happened. And then Io and Rhea Ripley come down to make the save. And Mommy declares, we're getting War Games. So, pretty good. Can't complain. Yeah. Yeah, the chef I was with last night, Nathaniel, had the same question. But he asked me the same question. which I would much rather see Bianca versus Jade first, solely because there is a story there. And the whole story would have been wrapped up at WrestleMania this year if Naomi didn't have life happen. So you make best with what you got, and that is Jade Bianca. Problem is Bianca's finger has not healed properly. It's a lot worse than people thought. Well, that's the issue. Yeah. What else? At this point, we're just gonna do this. All right. Just ask me whatever you got. I'm gonna react to NXT and tweet and whatnot. Gotta get it out somehow. And without a number two, I'm just gonna ramble. I'm not gonna make sense. So much going on. NWF action here. NXT here. And if I really wanted to, I could watch the GCW tag match. It was Alec Price and his tag partner taking on Channing Thomas and Anthony Green. I saw the highlights on Instagram today. I can't wait for that match to be posted. I'll watch that to fall asleep to watch that. All right. All right. How would I feel if Bianca beats Jade? Expected. I feel like it's very much expected at this point, you know. But we'll see. I'm going to switch over now. Over to twitch.tv/Nonsense Sports Network. You can hear me commentate on that while I watch NXT here. So we'll be back on Thursday. More of a topic, more of a watch along, or more shit to do. So that's all we got. Thank you guys for tuning in. Be back on Thursday. Peace.